it's Monday, it's a study day today, and we have some stuff on. We have got a 9 a.m. meeting with my course tutor to talk a little bit about third year options, and some other course related things. And then I've got a service improvement project interview to do, qualitative interview to do, and then just some general work stuff. So let's get to it. So I've just had my course tutor meeting, which went really well. We kind of talked a little bit about some of the third year options that I'm interested in and thought about ways to narrow it down, and also thinking about kind of future career stuff, which feels a bit mad, but I guess it is really important to start thinking about now. So the rest of the stuff that I've got to do today, I will be doing some more quantitative data analysis on my service improvement project, and hopefully writing that up a little bit, and transcribing some of the interviews that I've done for my service improvement project, and hopefully working towards getting my ethics approved for my theory-driven research project. Now the end of the study day, and I feel exhausted. I feel like I've done quite a lot today, and I just feel a bit dazed. So I'm going to go and relax, ready for an early night before teaching tomorrow. Good morning, it's Tuesday, and we've just driven to our location for teaching. Although I'm really early, because you just never know with traffic, so I'm really early, so I've got about an hour to kill. And our building isn't open yet, so looks like I might be trying to do maybe a little bit of work in the car while I wait for the building to get open. But today we have teaching on, firstly we have a session on case presentation. So this is where someone in our group, we're split into smaller groups, and someone presents a case that they've been working on. And that can be used as part of our BABCP accreditation. So we have to do 4 case reports, 2 of which can be presentations around some work that we've been doing in CPT. So someone else is presenting today because I did my last one last time. So we kind of all listen, and it's a bit like peer supervision, and we have kind of supervision questions that we ask, and we make suggestions for things that they could try and give a bit of feedback. So yes, that is the first thing that we've got. And then we have year group time, which is where our cohort tutors come and talk to us about stuff that's been happening, and we ask them questions about things that are happening on the course, or deadlines, or I don't know, placement decisions and things like that. We just have a general chat. And then I think we have teaching something to do with neuro stuff today. I think it might be acquired brain injury, but I could be wrong. So I think that's the teaching that we've got today. What's really nice about these teaching days is that we can go out for walks, particularly when the weather is like this. Obviously, I had to take my strawberries out for a walk, but unfortunately, I did forget to vlog anything else about the day, and we had a full day of teaching, so it was quite knackering. Good morning, it is a Wednesday, which is our first placement day of the week, and we are getting ready to go to placement. We do have a bit of a long drive for this one, so starting nice and early, but just going to get some makeup on and then we're going to go. So today is the start of our last clinical placement week, and then we end placement next week. So this week I'm doing lots of ending sessions with clients and their families, and setting lots of therapy blueprints and goals. So I've only got one appointment today, and I've got a couple of meetings as well. Ready to go. ready to drive to placement. So I'm just at placement, I've just arrived, and this morning I've got about an hour and a half to prepare and do a bit of admin. So I've got supervision 11 till 12:30, and then hoping to meet with an assistant psychologist that I'm helping with her dissertation, and then I've got a client at 3, a final therapy session at 3 o'clock, and then I've got another hour to do admin, and then I'll be going probably. Hopefully today goes well. So I'm currently preparing for supervision. So how I manage my supervision is in my weekly diary. I have a post-it note in the corner, and that is everything that I want to discuss in supervision that week. So if anything comes up, I just jot a little note down and make sure that I don't forget anything, because there's a lot to manage and there's a lot that you need to think about if you want to bring it to supervision. So I want to make sure that I get everything. So then I take that post-it note and I put it into my notebook, and then I make some notes about the things that I want to discuss and the kind of questions I've got for supervision and plans and things like that. And this is actually my last supervision with one of my supervisors today, because I'm finishing placement last week. So I've just had supervision and lunch, and now I have a couple of hours before my therapy appointment. So I'm just doing some discharge letters, which always I find quite tricky, because you really have to summarise everything that you've spoken about and make some plans for the future and some suggestions. And I think it's slightly different from adult work, because in adult work you're writing to the person, but here we're writing to their parents generally. And there may be things that you've discussed with the child, but they don't want discussed with the parents, so you have to kind of navigate that depending on how old they are. And yeah, I think they just take a long time to perfect and make sure that they're right. So I'm glad I've got a good couple of hours to kind of get my head down and think about them. Really exciting bonus for today, which I really didn't expect. I've just submitted my theory-driven research project for NHS ethics approval, which has honestly been one of the longest processes I've had to go through, and it's been hard. So yay, hopefully it will go through ethics okay-ish, and hopefully I'll be able to start data collection over the summer. That would be amazing. Yeah, maybe let me know if you want me to do a video on the different research projects that we have to do and kind of what is involved in that, because there is a lot involved, depending on what you end up doing. But yes, that's really exciting news. Placement day done. I am just walking to the car after quite a busy day. Although actually my only therapy appointment that I had booked in cancelled. They DNA'd. So I didn't really need to be in today, but anyway, here we are. This is where we are. So yeah, really productive day. Got lots of therapy ending letters done. Had a really good supervision session. Last one with that supervisor. And yeah, now just hoping to get home in the rain. So we've just got to placement. It's about 8:15. The journey didn't take quite as long today, which just means I'm here a bit early. So first thing we have to do is diabetes handover meeting. So that is where the whole MDT meets to talk about the people that are coming into clinic, and make sure that the right members of the MDT are in each appointment. So in psychology, we have my supervisor, we have me, and we also have an undergraduate assistant psychologist. So there's 3 of us to kind of cover and introduce psychology and offer support and kind of do some assessing and things like that. So yeah, I have 2 people to see today. One I've not seen before and one I'm catching up with. Also, the appointments in diabetes are generally 45 minutes to 60 minutes long. Generally depends. They usually have to come in for annual reviews once a year around their birthday sort of time, and that will definitely be 60 minutes, and at the moment I think the guidance is that it has to be led by a doctor, but the other clinics can be nurse led as well. So yes, and different members of the MDT come in as needed. And in diabetes we have doctors, we have nurses, specialist paediatric diabetes nurses, we have psychology, and we have dietitians as well. So hopefully it goes well. So diabetes clinic is over for me. I've seen 3 people offering psychology and a bit of support and helping understand why they might be struggling to follow some of the recommendations from the diabetes team and manage their sugars. So yeah, good clinic, I think. So now I've just got the admin to do. So every time someone comes in, we obviously add on to their notes. And also I need to write a handover email for my supervisor, just so she's aware of everything that's going on with the people that we've seen. So yeah, gonna get on with that. Had our diabetes meeting as well as our bring and share goodbye lunch, and the team have just, I feel a bit spoiled, given me a card and some gorgeous flowers. Look at the colour scheme on those, I absolutely love them. And then some beautiful, lovely big box of Hotel Chocolat, vegan chocolate, which is ideal. So yes, feeling a little bit emotional about saying goodbye to the diabetes team because they're amazing. They do a really amazing job and they've also made me feel really welcome. So yes, but it is the end of the day, so ready for our journey home. Good morning, it's Friday, we finally made it. Just need to get some breakfast, make a cup of tea and get in the car for our drive. Well, that is how tired I am. I just left the house without my keys. So I had to wake my husband up to come and bring me my keys so I could get in the car and drive. Anyway, thank God it's Friday. We'll get there soon. It's 8:15 and I just arrived at placement. Today, as I say, we've got a few people in. I've got a 9 o'clock, and that is finishing off with the person I'm working with for my case report, actually. So I just need to then finish off my case report to send to my supervisor. And then I've got an assessment that I'm doing jointly with my supervisor at 10:30. Then at 12 o'clock, I've got a final session with someone that I am handing over to my supervisor. So that's another joint session as well. And then at 2 o'clock, I've got a final session, and at 3 o'clock, that is my last person in my paediatric placement. So I'll be finishing with them as well. And that might be a handover to the next trainee, but we will see. So yeah, and then the next week we'll just be finishing off discharge letters and making sure the admin bits are done for the placement and the case report and things. So much more of a chilled week next week, which is nice. That's it. I've done my last psychology clinic in paediatrics. I've just got one more clinical day, and that is in diabetes next Thursday. But I have finished with all my therapy clients, or handed them over. Yeah, it's been quite emotional, really. And I'm exhausted, as you can tell by looking at me and hearing me. But yeah, it's my last Friday in clinic, because my last day on placement next Friday, I'm working from home. There's no need for me to really come in. So yeah, that's where we're at. Better drive home and enjoy a Friday evening. Just got home from our drive and I am truly shattered. Like, this week has been, it's been a really hard one. I've recently had COVID, and COVID always just knocks me completely for 6. This time it was actually quite mild, but yeah, the fatigue's been really, really troubling. So I'm going to do lots and lots of rest, and try and cook a healthy-ish dinner, and then just watch some TV because I'm super tired, and go to bed early-ish. Might be having a gin though also. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and getting to see what training is like in 2nd year, and I will try and do one in 3rd year as well, and I'll also do some more vlogs if they're interesting. Let me know if you enjoy them. Pop something down in the comments, because they do take a lot of effort and work and editing and things, so please do make sure you let me know if you like them. Thanks so much, and join us next time. Bye.